He fucking did it anyway.
Yep.
I had good and bad points of last Sunday.
But it's spilled milk, and we have to come together to get to carry on.
Mhm.
Phil, for what it's worth, I hold no grudges this time.
I'm glad.
So
Like the Revenant, Tom.
Okay. Yeah. So now we've caught up.
so what was in the chest?
Money?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Money. Lots of money.
How
No,
much
no.
money?
How much money was there in there, Pandak? Did you note it down?
I believe there was 1,000 silver pieces
No.
Do you
Was it
share?
silver?
and some gold.
1,000 gold. It was 1,000.
It was
gold.
1,000 silver and it was
And-
220 something gold.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
I'm hanging on to it.
You're gonna have to shake this dwarf upside
Yeah,
down
so
when you
your
finish.
wizard
I mean,
is
yeah.
making clinking noises as he's pacing around the room.
We're in the room, right? We would see him picking up the
Yeah,
1,000
you
gold,
were
right?
in there when he was like,
One for
Okay.
you,
yeah.
2 for me.
I think you were
2
too
for
busy
you.
trying to throw each
3
other
for
in the
me.
bodies in the bum.
No, I'm leaning into the dwarf. Like I think you're gonna share that, right?
I
250
believe
silver.
Oh,
you
wait.
mentioned that last time, and he was like,
I
yeah,
believe
well,
we shoved him in the chest.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure that we put him in the chest
And we
and then
put him in-
put Tom's smouldering corpse on top of him.
Yes, we
I'll
did.
have to rewatch the VOD, but that just sounds an awful lot like something you'd do, yeah.
I am certain, in fact, that's exactly
Yeah.
what we did. And then we shut the lid. Yeah. Do you think, for story's sake, that the likelihood is we would have taken the money out first and then shoved him in the chest? So we have the money and we could just leave.
Now.
So yeah, let me open
The voice of your dead conscience says don't split the party again.
Okay. So we retrieve the dwarf from the chest.
Okay, you de-chest the dwarf.
So unless anybody wants anything else off of his corpse, I suggest we take it to the fire pit and burn it immediately.
Yep, that sounds like an idea.
Yeah, I think that's the best plan.
Okay, so as you make your way out from the room and head back towards the fire pit at the the fire that you started in the entrance to Salzvort, as you get where's Pandak? As you get to here, Pandak, you notice a very very slight humming noise coming out of this room as you go past. The rest of you are currently dragging the body behind.
Yeah.
I tell the others about the humming noise and use the words leg it. Drop
Cool.
the body, run.
Okay,
Really?
is that what you're doing?
What do you think, guys? Sounds pretty bad. Sounds
It's
like,
just like it's a
Like-
really low hum, and you notice you've got your staff in your hand.
I
And
like
you
stick my
notice
head out the door.
your staff
Nope.
is. You can feel like you can almost feel the vibration in your staff, just really lightly in the staff. It's the same vibration you can hear coming, like the hum coming from the door.
is it anything that I've come across before?
No.
Should we see what it is, team?
I shut the door.
You shut the door to Feral's house. Are you staying in there or?
No joke. We've had a long rest, right? So we're
Yes.
back up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Back and everything. Cool.
I think we should investigate this because this might be the center of the power of this place.
I don't know anything. I'm a big dumb giant. Like,
Yep, alright, let's have a look down here.
Let's open the door.
okay, let me stack on the door then at least.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'll bring Dave, Devil up behind you. So you open the door, and as you open the door, clean that bit up. Pandak, you notice. Well, you all see in the middle of this room what looks like a giant table that takes up the majority of the floor space of the room. The rest of the floor of the room is strewn with rubble from what looks like it was furniture, just like all the other rooms you've seen that was destroyed when Aor crashed. But this table seems intact. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. And you can see, roll me an Arcana check, please, Pandak. Okay, you recognise immediately from your studies that this is actually a map of the planes of existence. And this is sitting there, and this is where the humming is coming from. And you can see the different spheres representing the different planes slowly moving around it. And they're all glowing in slightly different colours, and you recognise that the colours that they're glowing in represent the base magics of the different realms. You see that one of them is glowing purple, and it seems brighter than the others. And your staff, you can still feel this vibration in your staff, and you definitely know now it's linked to this table.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna take one for the team here. So I'm gonna enter the room and shut the door behind me, so that if anything bad happens, you guys can run away.
No.
Yep. The magic is gonna be strong.
Okay, is anyone following him?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna force my way into the room behind the dwarf.
Okay,
Nah,
so as Pandag
nah,
enters, you
split the
enter as
door.
well. Davil's gonna hang back and just get a good view so he can cover anything with his bow. As you enter, you feel the vibration in your staff increase, and the object that serves as the knob at the end of your staff. This object was something that you found a long time ago, and this object was something that provoked your interest in the dunamancy magic that you decided to pursue. You feel that this is where this vibration is coming from this object. It's a decahedron of grey stone which looked like it had a smoky texture to it. As you get closer to the table, the stone starts to become darker, and the physical object itself starts to shrink down. As this happens, the vibration in the room starts to increase, and the purple sphere on the table on the orrery starts to grow and become bigger than the other spheres. This proceeds fairly slowly, but it's definitely getting bigger, and it's now the biggest object on this table, and you can feel your staff pulling towards it. The decahedron is starting to get smaller and smaller, to the point now where it is too small for the fittings that hold it in place, and it drops out. And as it falls, it doesn't even make it to the floor. It shoots forward into the device, and there is an ear-splitting explosion, a flash of blinding light, and you all fall unconscious.
Everyone in and out of the room.
Everybody falls unconscious.
Fuck's sake, dwarf.
I told you there'd be a lot of.
Okay.
Oh, what the fuck is this?
Can you all roll a Constitution check for me, please?
Is it a Constitution save, yeah?
Check.
Ooh, check. Okay.
Well, I'll take that as a Pandak. I'll take that as yours. Yeah.
Thanks.
Ooh, crit from Jeff.
Nice one, man.
Oh, I've got to roll Dave's, haven't I? Fuck. Constitution.
I'll warn you now, there's a fly in my room, so at some point you may see me look like swiping shit because there's a fly.
Okay, so the first to wake up is actually Pandak. So you wake up, you've still got a ringing in your ears, and as you come round, you notice that the device in the middle of the room has disappeared. It is no longer present. But what is present in the opposite corner of the room from you is a dishevelled-looking elf, unconscious. Kamni's actually next to you. He's also unconscious. but in the corner of the room is a rather dishevelled-looking elf, with fairly unkempt hair, with some twigs and sticks in it, and some little antlers as well sticking out. But they're not. It's definitely an elf.
Okay.
But yeah, it's unconscious.
So I step round Camney, and I get burning hands ready. No, and I do
Make the GM rage quit. Okay.
And can I try and do a look him over for health purposes?
Yeah, do a medicine check. He doesn't look injured. He's just unconscious, like your friends are.
Okay, I kind of tap him with the end of my staff, see if he moves.
Okay, you give the creature a tap. Sinden, you feel a poking in your chest.
Right, I rapidly get up and make certain that I'm still got everything in my pocket, and seem far more interested in myself than them, until eventually I look at all of them and... Who the hell are you? Where the hell am I?
I am Pandak, killer of clerics. Who are you?
I'm Sindan Redleaf, and this doesn't look like Mollismere.
No, you are in Ellesmere.
Where?
Good question. Hold on.
Sorry about that.
And we're back. Right, so
We're back.
Currently conscious are Pandak and Sindan. Not bothered learning your name yet because people don't tend to last long around here. So.
No. I'm confused. I don't know who any of you are. I don't know where I am, and I don't seem to be where I was last. And this doesn't look like the room I left or the people that were around me when last I was awake.
It's
What
very
the hell?
cold. You notice that it is very cold in here.
Where the hell are we? What the hell happened? Who are you? Who am I? Why are we here? Where are the trees?
Okay, let's take this slowly from the beginning. You're in a place called Islecross. I am Pandak, and you have just come through from a different plane of existence via a magical table that interacted with my staff. So where you were before is gone. Get over it. You are now here with us. And we will look after you. We will help you.
Okay,
We will
as this is
try our
going
best
on,
to keep you alive.
Camney, Jeff, you all start to come around as you hear this.
Jump to my
Sinden,
feet.
you recognise the name Islecross. You know that it is a land far north from where you were.
Okay. That doesn't make any sense to me. I was last in Mollismere, in amongst the trees, speaking to... He says, trying to remember briefly, Master Romhill, and yeah, I was trying to discuss this item I'd found in the woods, which was a small, smoky, sort of dodecahedron-y type thing, and then basically shit went down, and there was sort of an explosion, and now I seem to be here, which seems to be many miles from where I originally started, and yeah, nothing seems to make a whole lot of sense.
So the rest of you recognise the name Mollismere as being the elven city at the centre of the Salavir Woods to the south of Palebank Village, where you first left on this adventure. It's a fallen city. It has been in ruins for at least 150 years, and Salavir Woods itself is under some terrible curse. People don't generally go in there. People go in there the same way they go into Islecross, looking for the reason for the curse. And to the south of it is Shady Creek Run, which is where Dabble would recognise that, so I'll have to explain that to him when he comes back. Yes, but you recognize Molesmere as being the fallen elven city in the middle of the cursed woods.
And that's where he came from?
He said he came from Molesmere, so yeah.
Yes, the great city of Molesmere. The fantastic, wondrous city, green city of Molesmere.
Do we know what year it is?
Yes.
Can we ask him what year it is? What year do you think it is? What year
Yeah,
do you think it is?
I can't quite remember what the GM told me on that one, but if you would like to remind me.
Right, so, Camley, you know that the year's 835 post-divergence.
It's about all I know.
Yeah. Sindan, you know the year is 585 post-divergence.
Fair enough. So yeah, it's 585, Gates.
He's from the past.
Oh my days.
Uh,
First, should we get you warm? Would you like to come to a fire and warm up, and we can discuss this around there? We've got the body we need to
We have
dispose
some
of.
spare
we've got plenty of kindling.
cold water. You got some spare cold water gear.
Yeah, that fire sounds nice.
So, okay, as you step out of the room, you notice the body of a half-elf cleric that's been lying in the corridor that's been left there.
I inquire as to what's happened.
Ask him.
Sorry, him. What? The
I
dwarf?
point to the dwarf.
So what? You kill holy men?
An accident. A
I take a step
snake-related
back.
accident.
I pick up the corpse of the cleric, carrying it towards the fire.
Okay, so you all make your way back to the fire.
What unholy sight is this? What are you burning?
I mean, they started it.
So we are in a zombie-infested shit heap of a place. We're in trouble, basically, and
Zombies.
Yeah. We had a cleric that helped. We do no longer have a cleric. However, hopefully you have some skills which will help us.
I can
We
do
can-
nothing against undead. They are unnatural and should be eradicated with flames.
So dwarves.
Yeah, at this point,
But
it's
I
like
am not a holy
undead,
man. I
dwarves.
am one with nature. I have nothing to do with this kind of god. My gods are the earth and Gaia and the trees. The trees
Well,
speak to me.
Our
As
quest is the
rabbits.
same then, to eradicate some
foxes.
zombies.
And the badgers. The badgers always say a lot of good things.
Cool. Let's get rid of this dude because he's clearly fucking mental. Right. He's
You do
talking
have
to the-
your
he's a hippie.
pouch of forest litter with you as well, Sindan. So.
Yeah.
I would like to take a walk along to the forge.
Okay.
And have a listen next to the door. I've learned from my counterparts how to.
I stick with the party because I'm not overly happy about being left alone somewhere where there happens to be zombies. So I'm going to stick with the group at this particular point. But I'm going to hang around the back. I still don't know who the hell all of you are. And I particularly want to stay at least 5 paces away from the dwarf.
Right. So
Good
I
you're
can highly recommend staying away from a dwarf. It's
behind him.
a bit of a character.
Okay. So you listen at the door, and you can hear shuffling noises behind it.
Ah, shuffling.
Definitely
Fantastic.
fucking
They're very
zombies.
familiar shuffling noises.
I try the door handle. I don't want to open the door. I just want to see. Is it like a turny knob or like a?
It
pull
is,
down?
yeah. It's the same as all the other handles in the.
I want to give it a shot.
I step in. Good sir, before you do this, might you check for traps or other such things? And,
Nah, I throw the door open.
let me just explain to you how such things work.
Right. Davil has a look when you mention traps while you're having a word with him, and he looks it over. He can't see any signs of any traps.
Okay.
I kick the door open.
Okay, so you go to kick the door open, and the door is open. And let me reveal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Fuck. That's a lot of counting.
Hopefully that's squares, not zombies.
So
Hey,
I'll
look,
reveal that much.
zombies.
In fact, no, it's well lit. You can actually see the entire.
You can see all
You can
all
see the entire
100.
length of the corridor,
You can see all the zombies.
and you see in the corridor 3 zombies
Ah,
who are
nothing.
shuffling around, and this one here notices you. So, can you all, in a second?
Given that I kicked the door open, do I get an attack of surprise? Because I would have definitely been. I suppose I didn't say I was going to attack.
No, you don't get it. No, if you snuck up on him, yeah, I'll give you an attack as surprise attack. But
I don't
no.
think I've ever snuck anywhere.
Let me call my character sheets up.
Shit.
Zombie.
Select myself. That was a good roll.
Zombie. So you roll initiative. You roll initiative. You roll initiative. So Jeff, Camney, Pan. Oh, Dave.
Good rolls.
Does not have to do it as a character. Yeah, just click initiative. There we go. Right. Sort
Good
descending
roll.
order. First up is Dave. So Dave sees this zombie in front of him, and he's just going to take a shot. So what does he do? He's going to shoot with his short bow.
Shoot a shot.
Which other character sheet hits for 1d6 plus 3. Hits for 5 damage. So that thuds into the back of the zombie, and then it turns around. He's not going to make a move. He's happy sticking to the back. Next up is Jeff.
Right. Elf hippie, can you heal?
I can, yes.
Cool. Good to know. Right. I'm going to stab this guy in the dick. So, move there, and I'm going to stab him in the dick with my dagger.
Nice of you to get involved in the fight and then not run away.
That hits.
Good roll.
Yeah. So that's... Slasher, 1...
These zombies are wearing the
Is that right?
same
1d4.
disheveled, rotting garments you've seen before.
Ow.
Ooh, never mind. And he takes 3 damage. So you run up. You don't quite get him in the dick, but you do manage to drive your dagger into his chest.
That's a bit of a mess, isn't it?
Ugh. Next up is Pandak. If you mention the word burning house, I swear to God I'm kicking you.
Kill the whole party this time.
Yeah. Are you wearing any armor?
I'll be wearing a dwarf skin if you even think about using that fucking fire, you stupid twat.
Magic missile. Magic
Yeah, but
missile.
are you-
Magic missile.
Are you wearing armor? Have you got armor on? Yes or no?
He should do.
I
He's
have
probably got leather. Yeah.
light armor.
Okay, that doesn't help. All right.
I'll need to set fire to people.
No, I was going to give you protection. I found a new spell. Instead, I'm going to throw a ray of frost at the nearest zombie.
You're probably going to have to move up to at least next to Camney to get line of sight. Yeah. You're going to do it at the nearest zombie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good rolls.
Yeah, that hits. Two
That's
damage.
good roll. That zombie is slowed. For
No,
a
it hits,
turn.
it's not your best shot. It sort of glances on the side of his arm, but it definitely makes contact. Next up is Sindan.
Right. In that case, seeing that Camney is a rather large fellow, I turn to him and say, "Zombies, go for the head,"
Okay.
and pat him on the shoulder. And now you can add a 1d4 to either your roll to hit or your damage, as you see fit.
Nice.
Now, that's a cantrip, so that acts as my turn, correct?
Casting time 1 action, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to move forward there to the side of the door, being aware that Camney will probably leave, and I may end up taking his space.
Okay, it says ability check, not attack.
Yeah, 1d4 to
So that's a
one
strength
ability
check,
check.
or something.
What,
not
does
an
that not?
attack.
Does it? Oh, okay. I thought attack would count as an ability.
No.
But I can roll it before or after, which is nice.
And that's for up to
Up to
1
1
minute. So yeah, okay.
So
So
I
if
need to
you,
use
if you
it on
come
my next
across
roll.
any saving throws, yeah, probably not.
Mm.
Probably actually. I'll say it's saving throw. Yeah. Okay. So next up, Camney, you've received this guidance from your new friend. You're not quite sure what to make of it.
If I run past the first zombie, will he get an opportunity? Attack of opportunity?
If you transition through his area of influence, yes.
Okay, and I would only be able to because it's only 2 squares wide, right?
3. So you could move. Let me get my.
My idea is, can I
You-
sprint past him and tackle one of the other zombies?
You can, but you would have to go to there to hit the zombie down, and then he would get an attack of opportunity.
I'll just
You could go to there and attack him and not get an attack of opportunity against you.
Yeah, no, I want to attack the second one, but if I'm
Right.
gonna get a hit attack. Yeah, I see. I get you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. No, I'll just run to the first one then. And in fact, I will do the move to here.
Okay.
For logistics' sake. And then gonna swing me great axe at his
That's
fucking head.
back. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm gonna do that recklessly for advantage.
Okay. So let me mark you. So I know you're reckless. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hits. That wasn't a crit. What the fuck? Okay. You rolled a 19. Okay. Yeah, that definitely hits.
Sick. So that's going to be with 1. Yeah.
Okay. So 14 damage. So. Okay, you sprint past the zombie, keeping your eye on the one further down the corridor, and as you make your way past him, you, without even looking, you swing your axe back, crunch it into that zombie's spine, and it just folds almost backwards over your axe, and then crumples to the floor.
Nice.
It is no longer moving.
Sick.
Okay.
Since I moved 25 feet,
Yep.
first step, can I finish the rest of my move and get to the next zombie?
Yep.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Okay. Next up is the zombie in front of you. The only thing about zombies is that you can't really scare them. And you reckon any other enemy would have been suitably impressed by that. So you're a little unfazed that he doesn't seem to have been affected. So this zombie just looks at you and goes to have a slam with his fist. And your AC is 16, so that does not hit. Well, he hits you, but there's just no force behind it. You just shrug it off.
Awesome.
Next up is dead zombie. Next up is the zombie at the far end of the corridor. Movement. Okay. So he sees what's going on and he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there, and then he's going to take a slam at you. That does hit you. You're sort of preoccupied fighting off the first zombie, so this one does actually hit you.
Mhm.
And it hits you for 2 damage.
Ouch.
So it's not quite as ineffective as the first zombie, but you definitely feel it.
Cool.
And that's his turn. Next up is Dabble. So he's going to take a move to 1, 2 there, and he's going to shoot this zombie with his short bow. Which hits, and that hits for 6 plus 3.
The cleric dying has really improved our rolls.
It hits it for 5 damage, so another square shot in the chest, but this being an undead creature, it doesn't seem to have the same effect that it would have if it were like a bandit or a living creature. And he's going to end his turn there. Next up is Jeff.
Alright.
Oh, Cammy, I should
gonna
point out, the
hop
door
the-
you're stood next to, you can see a very obvious big red X painted on it. Very
Cool.
large. Sorry.
Should we open this door, guys?
So this door here is what I'm talking about.
Sure.
Alright. I'm gonna jump down here and stab zombie on the left with a dagger.
This one here,
Yes.
the one that's straight in front of you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm in a stabby mood today. And it's not very good.
It hits.
Wow.
They're not
These
very
are-
agile creatures,
Oh.
zombies, so yeah, that hits. So you run up and you do a little bit of a dance, bit left, bit right, and the zombies just stood there.
Right, I've forgotten, what is it? 1d4 plus 2?
Usually 1d4 plus 3 dagger, but it's the one Dave's got is. Oh yeah, because you've got a plus 1. 4. Okay. No, that's you. Don't want to take your health. Okay, so you do your little dodge, and then you poke him in the chest, and the zombie just looks down, looks up, and you pull it out. Next up, Pandak.
So I come down in line with the dead zombie, and I do another mage hands. Another ray of frost. I'm sorry, that was genuine.
Against which zombie?
The one in front of Jeff.
The one in front of Jeff, this one. Okay, that hits.
Mage hands just like slapping it in the face. Like they're like finger on the chest, like ooh.
That's it. For 5 damage. Okay.
And that zombie is slayed as well.
He was a slow boy to begin with. He's even slower boy now. Okay. Okay, next up is Sindan.
Okay, not one to shirk from a battle. I am going to make my way to here, which I believe I can do.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to taunt this zombie. Your
Which one?
father smelled the one in front of the bard.
This one?
Your father smelled of elderberry, and I fart in your general direction.
It's a Constitution save, okay. In fact, if I'm clever about this, I should be able to just click on this, shouldn't I? Does that work? It does. DC 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I farted in its face.
Very.
It didn't do a lot.
No, it did hit. So
Okay.
what's the damage?
3.
Oh, poison spray.
Mm-hmm.
That's not an AoE, it's just a single target, is it?
Yep. Single target.
Okay, so yeah.
And
Okay, it hits him. It doesn't seem to have any effect on him, though.
I did worry about that. Okay.
So you see it gush over him, and he's. It doesn't seem to have an effect, though.
Fair enough.
Okay, next up then is Camley.
I'm gonna swing my axe at the one in front of me.
Okay.
know,
Hold
I'm
your
nothing if not original.
Okay. Reckless or regular?
Yeah, we'll go for a reckless.
I'll leave that on you then.
Just as well.
Yep, that hits. So roll damage.
Again. So 8.
8. Okay. So you're sort of bringing it up from behind you from the other zombie that you killed, and you run up and you just crunch it into its hip. It looked like it took a fairly solid hit from that.
Cool.
Next up is the zombie in front of you. So he's not happy at all at being hit in the hip, so he's just going to try and slam you. Your AC is 16. That does not. He goes to hit you, but the momentum that you gave him from the hit in the hip means that it just does nothing there when he contacts your shoulder. Nothing there at all.
Cool.
And that's him. He's not going to back up. Zombies aren't known for their tactical thoughts, so he's going to stand toe to toe with you. Next up is dead zombie. Next up is live zombie. Slow live zombie. Slow live zombie did not like getting stabbed, so he's going to take a slam at Jeff. Your AC is 13. Okay, so he goes to take a slam at you, and he sees what's just happened to his zombie colleague next to him, with Camney driving this axe straight into his hip, and it must have put him off his stride or something. He hits you, and you feel the hit against your chest, but it just doesn't do any damage. He's not going to move. Next up is Davil. Davil's quite happy with what's going on.
Before the bard's turn is over, I shout over his shoulder that it might be an idea. If you might let me in, I might have something that might help.
Nah, it's fine.
Fair enough.
Okay, Davil, he's happy where he is. He's just going to start plinking away. So he's going to shoot at the one in front of Jeff. He reckons that Camney can handle the one in front of him, so he's going to do the one in front of Jeff. So he's going to roll his dagger, which not his dagger, his short bow, which crits.
I'll do it.
Okay. Crit success. There we go. That's the day. So he's going to roll his damage, which is 1d6 plus 3. Bloody hell. So that's 12, 15 damage.
Ooh, nice shot.
So he then does
Wow.
Did I just... No. Wrong initiative for some reason. So that was 6, 12, 15... Yeah, so... as this is all going on in front, Davil sort of lines up, left a little bit, right a bit, let go, and it goes straight between the zombie's eyes, knocking him back and knocking him to the floor. And he's now motionless.
Yay!
And he gives a little... and he's going to stay where he is. Next up is Jeff. Jeff, you've just had an arrow part your hair. You can feel it go past your horns, and this zombie's just been taken out in front of you.
Well, that's a surprise.
You're welcome.
Stab the one next to Camney. Okay.
You're going to stab the one next to Camney, okay? Technically, I had a sneak attack bonus on that as well, but I didn't do that.
Okay. I think I've just done that. Or is my connection gone to shit again?
No, we can hear you and see you, and you're in the game.
Ah.
Oh, there he goes. You critted him. Right, so yeah, that hit. So roll damage.
Yeah, I clicked it ages ago. Just
Yeah, the roll I did for the zombie was delayed a little bit as well, so it might be roll 20's end. I know. Let's try having some more beer and see if that fixes it. Okay, have you rolled your damage and we're just waiting for that to turn up?
yeah, it should be popping up at some point.
Okay.
I think.
We've got 2 rolls for your hit. So
Like I said, I don't know if it's me or.
Just do another roll. Was it 1d4 plus 2?
I got 2 rolls.
I can see 2 rolls. One of them was your. I got the first hit, and then you must have rolled it, hit it again.
All right.
Okay, so that's so you double that 8, 9, 10 damage. Okay, you drive your dagger directly into the neck of this zombie, so it's now got a battle axe embedded in its hip and your dagger embedded in its neck, and it's looking in bad shape. It is not doing well. Next up is Pandak.
So I'm going to stay where I am and throw another ray of frost at the last surviving zombie.
Okay. That hits. Roll damage.
Look at you all getting crits, getting big hits. I'm still obviously shaken.
Okay, it's all very busy around this zombie. You can't really get a good line on it, so you do manage to contact with it, but you sort of get it on an extremity. It doesn't seem to do too much damage. Next up is Sindat.
I don't have a lot in the way of distance weapons. I can't get past the 2 at the front, can I?
You can pass through a friendly character's square. But I will say, if you want to stand on that zombie, it's going to be difficult terrain, so it will be. That'll be.
How about? Can I move to there?
10, 15, 20. Yeah, you can go there.
Okay. As a bonus action, I would like to cast Shillelagh. He says what he can actually get it to.
Does that mean I get to do this? or no, am I not allowed to do that?
Yeah, you can if you wish.
Okay.
But my quarterstaff now uses wisdom instead of strength as its bonus.
Okay.
And then I would like to whack at it with my quarterstaff, if I may.
Okay, so all right, just roll the attack, and we'll figure out.
Yeah, well, I've actually put the attack in as a.
Ah, look at that! Look at that! A prepared player.
Yes. So.
Shillelagh. 16,
yeah,
that hits.
And it's roll 1d8 now because it's a Shillelagh plus 2, which is not a very good roll, but 3.
Might be enough.
Okay.
It's also magic damage.
3. It is. You smack into the opposite side of it with your shillelagh. So you've got Camney and Jeff in one side of him, and you go and strike in the other, and you hear a snap in its leg, and it sort of half crumples and then gets back up again.
Okay.
It is not dead. Next,
It will be in a second, hopefully.
Camney. So you pull your axe out of his side.
We're going for it again. Big swing with a great axe. I'm going to do it
Reckless.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tried and true. I'll do.
Double hit. So roll your damage.
That's a 9.
Okay. Okay. Old Faithful. Absolutely works. You drive your axe straight into the wound that you hit it in before, and it just passes all the way through at this point, and then ends up bouncing off the wall, and it falls to the floor in 2 separate pieces.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Awesome.
And you are no longer reckless. There we go. That is it. We are out of initiative.
Okay.
Super.
So you're currently stood next to this door, Cammy, with a big red X on it, and you can hear from the door the sound of smashing. Is probably the best way to describe it. Banging and smashing.
I mean, I'm dumb, and I will run through any door, but I think this door is probably one I'm not going to just run through.
Yeah.
Um,
So violent banging and the sound of heavy objects being tossed around emanates from the chamber beyond.
Can we kind of tell what the things are being? Because like ceramic has a sound, stone has a sound that's a bit different. You know?
It sounds to you like probably something heavy like stone. You would think that if any of the rubble that you've seen in the other chambers in Sal's vault, if you throw that sort of stuff around, that's the kind of sound you'd expect to hear. Yeah.
Okay.
Can I listen to the door that I'm next to?
That is that one there. Okay, you listen. You don't hear anything.
I prod the dead bodies and make certain they don't get up.
Yeah,
No,
can we put them in the fire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I reluctantly grab one and drag it to the
Okay.
fire.
I will drag them all into the big zombie pile. There we go. So yeah, Pandak, you listen at that door. You don't hear anything in there.
Okay, I open the door.
I rush over, seeing him opening the door.
Okay, you go to open the door. It's locked.
Okay.
Maybe we could ask our friend who's good with lockpicks.
Okay, Devil, you want to have a go at it? Oop. Can do. Are we sure we want to? Just, you sure we want to do this? I mean, I'll do it. Are we sure?
What's the worst that could happen? You could kill the dwarf. It's fine.
I'll tell you what. I'll have a go, but I'm not opening any chests again.
Fine. I
Okay, if there's any
explained to
chests in
him
there.
the
I mean,
intricacies
that's for our
of
benefit.
lockpicking and locks, and explain in minute detail the history of the counterlever system.
Okay, he tries to ignore you while he gets on with his work. What's his doors?
While he's taking a look at the door, can I wander down the corridor and have a listen at the other 2 doors? Here.
Yeah, let's split the party up again. That's worked well before.
Jeff,
I can run quite far. It'll be fine.
All right, I'll check the door next. The other door here.
Okay,
On the
so
right.
Davil, he's got really good at these locks now. He's got his eye in, so he puts it in and almost immediately click the lock opens.
He just looks at it angrily and it opens.
So, Cammy, you listen at at this door. You can hear the sounds of. It's not shuffling, but there's definitely something moving around inside.
I shout from the other end of the corridor that we might want to concentrate on one door at a time, and as we've just unlocked this one,
I don't
Do we
plan on
want-
opening it.
Yeah,
I was
Jeff,
just wondering
what
that
you
was-
can hear at the door is you double check and you put your ear right up against it. It sounds like the sea is what you can hear through that door.
Hey guys, this sounds like it's bloody water. What's going on?
I walk over and have a listen as well.
Yeah, you can hear it as well. It
Definitely.
sounds like water lapping.
Guys, are one of you just weeing?
No.
Panda,
Okay.
can you give me a perception check?
Does that sound like piss?
Sorry, me?
Yes.
How proficient are you at telling whether
Or what's your
running
passive
water is someone
perception actually?
pissing?
What's your passive perception is?
0.
What's your passive perception?
0.
Your passive
No
perception
way.
is not 0.
Can't possibly be 0. Below your skills.
Yeah, below all your skills, above, next to
Above the
your
tool proficiencies.
next to your copper pieces, you'll see passive wisdom perception.
Left hand side, the character sheet.
Under my skills, yeah, perception wisdom is 0.
No. Like passive wisdom brackets perception. It's
Above the tools.
up and left from your copper
It's
piece.
10. It's 10. So you notice a smell. It does smell a little bit like wee, a little bit, and it seems to be coming from your new friend, Sinden. You get the impression that he's not a fan of baths.
Hippie smell.
Okay, I do not raise this with him.
No. But yeah,
I
Kamini,
pick
Jeff,
something
you
out of
definitely
my hair and then nibble on it.
out of your
Okay.
hair, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, just so we're clear.
Well, at the advice of the elf, I'll wander back up. I think
Okay.
one door at a time certainly makes sense. In
Yeah.
fact, I'll stack up on the door next to Davil.
Okay. So are you going to open it?
I'm not.
Fuck it, why not? What's the worst that could happen?
Okay, so you open the door and have a look in. And you see what looks like an armory, but the weapons are no longer on the racks. They are littered all over the floor. Broken blades, cracked hammers, frost-rotted spears, and other ruined weapons are spread out across the floor, fallen from the empty iron weapon racks that line the walls.
Let's not go in there.
Yeah, it is literally littered in blades. You think that if you wanted to walk through there, it would be difficult terrain. Have to be
Can
very
we-
careful.
Can we have a look and is there anything on the walls other than the empty racks?
You can crane your neck in without entering the room. You roll me a perception check, or an investigation check. Sorry. You don't see anything. It's just racks, empty racks, and the floor is covered in the remains of weapons that would seem to match up with the amount of racks that are on the walls.
Okay.
I'll pull the door shut.
Please. Shut
Yeah.
that door. Yeah.
Okay,
Pull that door shut.
Yeah.
Can we check out this sea room? I don't know what's going on.
Well, I feel like the room that is very clearly hiding the ocean behind it should maybe come second to the one that doesn't have the ocean behind it.
I like the sea.
I don't like the sea. Nope.
But our new friend could do with a wash, so maybe it is worth going to the sea.
I am proud. I have not bathed in 50 years.
I'm sold. Let's open the ocean room door.
Okay, are you moving down to open the door?
I'm
Yeah,
stepping back.
Okay.
Let's open the ocean room door.
Davil's going to take a covering position here, just so we can see in.
I reluctantly come forward, but intrepid.
Are there any anchor points or anything like visible on the
Not
wall?
that you can see, no.
So I took a grappling hook off the off our dead friend. Is there anything I could? Are there any kind of surfaces that's likely to get purchase on?
There are some sconces, sconces that the magical light's coming from at points up and down the corridor. You could affix.
I'm going to grab a hold of one and try and yank it off the wall to see what happens.
Okay, you go and give it a pull. It doesn't move.
Okay, good sign. I'd like to hook the grappling hook on it, tie the rope around it, then tie it around just myself,
Okay.
and then recommend everybody else vacates the corridor.
Okay, don't have to tell me twice.
You're telling everyone to stand back. The corridor. So you're telling everyone to go back into the armory.
Yeah, I mean,
I do shout down the corridor that you do realize you're now tied to the side of the door. If there's something in there that's coming out to get you, you're now captive lunch.
I have a 50-meter rope. It's absolutely fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Absolutely fine. This can't go wrong.
You go to open the door and it's not locked. And you look inside and see
Fucking ocean.
a cold wind howls through the collapsed east wall of this huge chamber, whose far side is completely submerged under frigid seawater. A dense bed of kelp grows up from the submerged floor, obscuring any sight of what lies below. Broken glass and the remains of shattered tables cover the floor in the dry section of the room.
I wave everybody back. It's fine. It's not the ocean.
Cool.
I untie and unhook the
Okay.
grappling.
So everyone comes
Is
back
this
down.
actual seawater?
It's,
Can I smell that it is the seawater?
it's water. You can't tell from
Okay, so
the
it doesn't
distance
smell
you
of
are whether
salt.
it's sea or
Okay.
fresh. You can't tell.
Ah.
It smells musty. The room smells musty, but you don't know. That's probably just
If it's got kelp in it, it's a pretty much giveaway. So
I really don't feel like fighting shit in water. To be honest, last time I had to swanton bomb a fucking frog, so I'm not keen on this.
okay.
can I
Dabble-
notice that the wall on the other side is broken? Is there anything past that?
What's your passive perception score?
Bear with
Simon?
me. Passive perception is 14. I thought it would click, but it doesn't.
Okay, 14. You notice on the far side of the room over here, there looks to be something submerged under the water. It looks like a chest.
I reluctantly point this out to the rest of the
hang on, I'm
party.
lying to you. I am in fact lying. No, you do see the chest. You also notice in the water through the kelp some things moving around in the water.
Okay.
They look to you like crabs, quite big ones.
Okay, I tell the party what I can see, and also warn them that I am not a fan of the sea or things that live in it. I can't swim. I tend to avoid water.
I don't like seafood.
I don't like crabs.
Mm-mm.
Never get rid of them.
Yeah,
It's a occupational hazard in your line of work, isn't it? Yes.
That's it.
I do point out that there is a chest. Should you be interested in such things?
Yeah, it's there and it's submerged. It's in the water.
I propose we have a look in this room behind us before venturing into this very clearly fucking terrifying room.
Yeah, go on then.
Okay, you're gonna try the door.
Yep.
Okay, so who's opening the door? Who's where? Dabble's going to stand back again. He doesn't like being at the front.
I'll do it.
Jess
Why not?
opening the door? Okay.
Champ.
So you open the door and you see 6 long stone tables are set with steel and glass laboratory equipment in this chamber, whose walls are lined with shelves holding all manner of strange knickknacks and tools. An armed humanoid with white skin and red eyes moves from table to table, adjusting bubbling mixtures and carefully adding reagents.
Shut the door. Shut the door. Shut the door.
I immediately
He turns to face you.
I
Shut the door.
immediately cast Shillelagh.
Okay.
Hang on. Let
Shut the door. Shut the
this
door.
guy could help us.
So
I'm going to go in and have a chat.
Do any of you speak Draconic?
Yes,
Do you speak Draconic?
I do. Oddly
Oh,
enough,
that's handy.
I felt when I was choosing my character languages that it might come in handy somehow.
Who disturbs me? He says in ancient Draconic.
Oh shit, it's Aladdin.
As I recognize this as the ancient language of the noble dragons, I point out that we are but lost travelers, and we apologize for the intrusion, and we did not mean to upset you in Draconic, and we'll be on our way. Thank you very much.
No. I've got an idea.
Just like lean over, like
Do
shut
you
the door.
think
like-
I would be so easily fooled? Puppet of the gods.
Okay, guy does not sound happy. I'm warning you now, people. This guy he's not.
Let me work my magic on this guy.
The initiative count is on the screen already, man.
What do you want to do, Jeff?
I want to use cast charm person on him.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Right.
go for it.
Let me.
Can you make him do things with that? Like, can you make him drown himself, for example?
Okay, do it. So it's a. Okay, yeah, do it. How does that work?
Wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
Does so with advantage.
You attempt to show human who you can see within range. You must make a Windows saving throw and do so with advantage if you or your companions are fighting you. You're not
Fighting it, so it's
yet.
not. Okay, good, cool.
If
All
it
right.
fails the saving throw, it is charmed by you until the spell ends, or until you and your companions do anything harmful to it. The charmed creature regards you as a friendly acquaintance. Okay, so wisdom saving throw. DC. What's your spellcasting DC? It should be on the top of your spell screen.
Let's see. Spell casting. 5. No? 5? Can't be right.
It should say DC. Quick look.
Oh, spell save DC.
Yeah.
13.
Okay. So you cast Charm Person. He's not immune to it. Okay. So he considered you, Jeff, and he says, "You are here to help my cause, friend." He says this in Draconic. You can't understand him, but
Okay, I act as interpreter.
But,
Fuck him, Jeff. Fuck him.
but then, can I cast Comprehend Languages, which lets me understand everything, ever?
if you want to.
Let's see.
Actually,
Hang about. Can I speak it? Or is it just I can comprehend it?
We'll click on the thing and I'll have a look. I think you might only be able to understand it, but
Alright, if that's the
Sindar-
case,
Sindar
no.
can act as a
Yeah,
The
we'll just
translator.
use yeah, we'll have as hippie translate.
Okay.
okay. So what do you want to say to him? How long it lasts for an hour, so he's charmed. He believes that you are on his side.
Yeah, he's
I-
charmed for an hour.
I
so.
stand in somewhat admiration of my fellow spellcaster's ability to diffuse the situation without weaponry, and commend him
Well, it's
on his.
amazing it's amazing what you can do by rubbing your nipples at a strange man.
Well, yes,
You know.
you may have to teach me how to do that.
Well,
Right,
next
so-
time we're alone.
And I
Yeah.
shall teach you some of the songs of the elders.
Oh, demonetized.
For I have the book of ancient proverbs.
So now that we're friends, can I go in the room and investigate the tables?
You
No,
can move into
no.
the room if you want.
So the effect of Charm Person, like, does that kind of make him friendly to all of us, or just to Jeff?
He's friendly to Jeff, but he recognizes that you're part of a group. So, if you're going to start, if anyone other than Jeff is going to start asking him stuff that you might take badly, I'm going to ask him to make rolls. So I would suggest that you funnel your requests for anything through Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff, do you want to go and look at the tables, see what the equipment is?
Or ask
Uh,
permission for him. Ask permission for us to look.
Yeah, sorry to disturb you, mate, but well, we got a bit lost, and this small little bastard here, he knocked over some of your stuff, and
Don't
I
knock
think it
over
was-
the equipment, friend. I am working to destroy the gods themselves. Those such as you
Well,
would not survive an encounter with the equipment that I am operating.
I translate this and then point out for editorial content that this does not sound like a good idea, and that killing off of gods is basically upsetting the natural balance of things, and we can't quite let this guy go on with this, even though he currently is our friend. I don't necessarily suggest that we remain his friend.
nah, if he wants to kill a god,
Right.
we can stop him. You know, he seems like a nice guy.
It has been a long time since I've seen anything other than the reanimated corpses of my former colleagues.
Unnatural!
Honestly-
Unnatural! Unnatural!
I could not tell you how long it has been. It is
Well,
refreshing
I bet it's been a long time since you've.
to get
It's been a long time
new
since you've had any action.
action.
Fuck him, Jeff.
Yes,
Fuck him.
no action. Be careful, friend.
No action.
There is a room. You must have passed it on the way in. I have marked it with an X. Do not enter there. The golem that we had that served us so well prior to the fall, he was insane beyond measure. We could not stabilize him. We had to lock him in there for our own safety. Just do not go in there.
Good thing we didn't open that
I
fucking door,
implore
is it?
you.
Fuck you know.
No. Thanks for the heads up. We thought that'd be the case because it sounded like an angry Geordie. So, cheers for that.
So you're here to help with my research into the frigid woe. We must
Yeah.
make sure the gods
What?
pay for their
Yeah.
hubris. I believe this is the way that we can do this.
Does this guy look beefy, strong in any way, or does he look sort of wizardy nerd type?
He looks like a big boy. Yes, he's much bigger and much better preserved than the zombies that you've seen roaming around. And he
Jeff.
does look like a magic user. I mean, you wouldn't know, but the rest of you would know that he is a necromancer because you read the note.
Jeff, do you want to ask him if he's worked out any kind of antidote to the frigid woe, just in case, it doesn't quite go only to the gods?
Well, yeah. Ask him like where the antidote is, and
Yeah,
like, tell him we'll get rid of it for him.
Okay, I'm keen on translating that one. Yeah, where can we find such an antidote for this?
Antidote, yes. We must make sure that we can save ourselves. This type of work is dangerous, and we must do what we can to preserve ourselves such that the work can continue. We keep it in the room opposite here, and he points to through the door directly behind you into the room with the water in it. We keep it in that chamber in a chest. You should probably avail yourself of some should any accidents occur. And he starts patting on his robes, patting down, and he pulls out a pair of keys from his robes and hands them to Jeff. These will help you. These will open
Cheers,
the
mate.
doors and chests of Salzavold. Avail yourself of the cure. I do not want to lose my new friends in an accident with the frigid woe. And he gestures to the equipment surrounding him, bubbling away.
I elbow the druid and ask him if he's got any fish food for the crabs.
Crabs, I do not know crabs. No.
Okay, he doesn't seem to know anything about the crabs.
Those the chest is in the water, right?
He
That's
looks at Sindan.
I'm asking him: is he aware that the room across the way is underwater?
It has been a long time since I left this chamber. Perhaps.
Nice.
Yes. I think you left a tap on in there, mate.
Yeah, I warn the party that this guy may not be completely compos mentis and may have been in this room for far too long on his own.
Water damage, mate. It's going to cost you.
I don't feel comfortable leaving the frigid woe just here with a nutter.
Well, at least we know where the. If we do him in now, not that I'm saying we do him in, but I'm all for that one. At least we know where the antidote is. But
so he's walked up and he's handed the keys to Jeff, and he's now pacing back and forth between the tables, adjusting the equipment and looking at the vials that are bubbling.
Okay, I'm whispering.
He's muttering under his breath. Most of it you can't understand.
Can I? Is he muttering in Draconic?
It seems to be. You can't quite make it out. He doesn't seem particularly well thought out. You get the impression that he's not well.
This guy's not all there, guys. I'm not really certain we should be leaving him with tools of mass destruction.
Well, in the interest of avoiding a fight.
Okay. I have a plan. I have a plan here,
just
people.
Lock him in his own office.
Yeah, can we collapse the door on? The wall on the door?
If we want to take him on, I can entangle him and hold him still for up to, possibly, depending on how strong he is, which will give us a chance to have at him. Because he won't be able to cast spells. But if he breaks free, then all hell could break loose.
Is the door to his lab, or whatever this is from, does it open inwards or outwards?
Outwards.
So if we were
outwards into the corridor.
Oh yeah, cool. So if we were to get any of the innumerable piles of stone and pile it up outside his door. Just block him in so he can't leave the room.
Guys, give me just a second. Something's on fire, either in the neighborhood or in my back garden. So give me 2 seconds.
Pandak? Again?
Fucking dwarf.
Did you not think I've been quiet for a while?
I hope
This is an
nothing
interesting
on
game.
that. Yeah.
Joy, my neighbor's got a bonfire next to my forge.
Oh, okay. You're gonna go and shout tips at him.
No, I don't want to upset him. He's a bit never mind.
Okay. Speaking of unstable things, yeah. So Feral Sal is still he's not forgotten about you, but he's not paying much attention to you now. He's still wandering around between his equipment.
What do we want?
Can anybody cause like a cave in or like mold rock
Well-
or anything like that? Like,
I can make gravity a lot more gravity-y.
oh no, we've lost the. Oh, he's back.
Yeah.
So I've got magnify gravity, where anything in a 10-foot sphere increases gravity. But
I'm just thinking like we collapse the doorway in and just trap him here.
Hang on, before we do anything like that, can I go in and have a quick nose around and be chummy with him for a bit
Yeah,
more?
you-
I just want to make sure there's nothing in there.
You're gonna fucking
And-
produce him.
Might.
I'll go in and act as translator.
Okay. So you look around. There's the shelves on the walls. They contain what looks to be magical spell components and laboratory supplies, but they're very, very old, and a lot of them you don't think are
Do I
gonna be
recognize-
actually very useful?
Anything?
Nothing jumps out at you now.
Fair enough.
You think that if you had enough time and going through all of the shelves, you might be able to scrounge together a small amount of alchemy supplies from the stuff that's there. The tables in the room are all laid out with alchemical supplies that Feral's using to conduct some experiments. And they're actively bubbling away and doing stuff. You notice at least a couple of the vials look like they contain the blue dust that you've come to know as frigid woe.
Okay, I know nothing about frigid woe, so I'm not necessarily scared of it yet.
Hippie, avoid the blue. Avoid the blue.
Before
Oh,
we
no.
do anything, we should check that the antidote is actually in the chest. Jeff, do you want to pass me the keys and I'll mage hand the chest open so that we stay on dry land?
That's a good idea. First thing you've had since you burnt the cleric alive.
Thank you. Right.
So you hand
So I
the
come
key.
into this. So I come into the room, avoiding
Okay.
the water.
I follow him.
Are you shutting any doors behind you, or
Nah, fuck that.
leaving them open? Okay.
Leaving it open.
Back in a minute, mate. Just gonna get this chest sorted out.
Are
Okay.
you splitting the party again?
So
Do you have to stay within?
yeah, what's your mate? So here we go. It's
Yeah,
cantrip.
stay within
A
30
spectral
feet of
floating
him, dude.
hand appears at a point you choose within range. The hand is it. Control the hand. You can use the hand to manipulate an object, open a locked door container. Yeah. So you've got two keys. One of them's quite big. One of them is smaller. Which one do you want to use to try and unlock the chest?
The bigger key.
Okay. So you take the big key and you float it over. Where are you? Some measuring. Yeah, that's easy enough. You float it over, and the mage hand pokes away at the hole. It doesn't seem to fit.
Okay, can I call the mage hand back and
Yep.
give it the
Floats
small
back,
key?
Takes a small key, floats over.
But
Go
while I'm going to back up 2 steps, just come with me, Camney. Let's back up slightly, so we're 25 away.
Okay. So you back up. It goes in. It clicks. Are you going to get the mage hand to open the chest?
Yes.
Okay, it goes to open it, and it's underwater, so it seems to take a bit of effort, but eventually it manages to lift it up enough, and the chest opens, and you can see like a blob comes up as whatever air or atmosphere was in it is released, and then water rushes into it. You can see
does
that
not rush away the antidote.
there's things in it. It looks like the sand has started to come out of it, just like the sand from the other chests. But you can see vials in there.
Can the mage hand grab a vial
Yep.
and bring that back to us?
Okay. So the mage hand comes back to you, and it's a golden vial. It's like a golden vial with white details on it. You recognise the description that was given to you a long time ago at this point in Palebank Village, that the cleric said that the cure for frigid woe was in a golden vial.
Okay, so I use the mage hand to collect all of the vials, picking them up.
It only lasts for a minute, but that's long enough, and you're quick enough now that you can get 20 vials of antidote out of the chest.
Okay, I pass half of them to Camney to look after.
Okay, so 10 vials of frigid woe cure. You also, as you're going to leave, your mage hand comes back with something else. It's an eye. It's like a perfect humanoid eye.
Is that callback?
But like an no. It's an eye. It's a round eye.
A real eye?
It doesn't look like a real eye. It looks like an artifact of some kind.
Can I do any kind of investigation on it to see if it's got magical properties?
Can you do detect magic?
Give me an Arcana check, or if someone's got detect magic, that would also work.
I've got detect magic, but
18 Arcana though.
Yeah, it looks like a magic item.
cool.
Okay, let's give that to Camney.
You motherfucker.
Aye.
Okay.
Okay, that's it.
I suggest we just get the absolute fuck out of here.
I'm trying to urge Jeff that we need to stop this gentleman from proceeding in his plan.
Hey, what?
When
Yeah,
your
we
spell
can have
wears
that.
off, he will be aware that you have charmed him, and he will not be happy. He will use whatever ability he has to come after us. Given that he's a necromancer, that means he may not come after us, but unnatural, undead, and
But I have a plan.
He also might raise the fucking cleric.
I have a better idea.
that is
Gonna fucking
So I'm just gonna leave this room, but stay within range. So close the door for a sec, guys. I just don't want him to overhear this.
close the door.
Right. What we're gonna do? We're gonna peg it. We're gonna open that door with a big fucking cross on it, and then we're just gonna keep fucking running. You know, he can't control that fucker. He just said it himself. So he's gonna get swatted by that big thing, and we get to run away, and like just it'll all work out fine.
I have a slightly modified proposition. Most of us leave, and one person stays, opens the door to the lab, runs past, opens the door, and then catches up.
Why don't I use the
I
mage
think-
hand?
Davil says, "Yeah, I like that. I like that."
Yeah.
I'm all for the running away option.
I propose the dwarf does it.
So are we all agreement then? Is this the best idea? I'll say goodbye to this guy first because he seems like he's a bit crazy, but you know, it's quite fun.
I do the final farewells translations and then make my way rapidly up the hallway.
Yeah, just gonna check. Yeah.
Pandak can use his mage hand, right?
Yeah.
It's sort of run out now, but if he wants to cast it again as a cantrip, then yeah.
Yeah, because like we could get to the end of the hall, most of us could get outside. I'll stand with him in case he fucks up, and then rush out with him.
So Jeff, you're going to say goodbye via Sindan to Feral Sal.
Yeah, just gonna be back in 10 minutes, mate. Just need to get these vials sorted out because this dwarf is very clumsy.
Yes, be careful, friend. It would be a tragedy to lose you so soon after meeting. The work is important.
Yep. Fuck
Cloaks.
those gods.
Plucks a nutter.
See you in a bit.
Plucks a bloody nutter. Run!
Okay, so you're all making your way out.
So, yeah, in terms of tactical movements here, Pandak, if Pandak you mage hands the door, then get out of the way and I'll slam the door in front of us shut. And then we run out and we close that other door and we just run the fuck out of here.
Right, so as far as doors go, can you tell me what you did to the door to Feral Sal's?
I left it open.
You left that one open. What about to the cure chamber?
We left that open as well.
That's open as well, okay. The door, you
Ah.
closed the door to the armory,
Yeah.
and the door to the what you now know is the storage area of the golem is locked.
I've got a
Alright,
better idea, guys.
So we unlocked
just
that door.
close-
We unlocked that door.
We didn't unlock
You've
the
not
door.
unlocked the door with
to
the
the
golem
golem.
in it.
Right.
Davil, keen?
Well, whilst
Yeah.
that's
Davil,
happening, I'm
unlock
gonna
it.
close. I'm just gonna close this door down here, so there's a direct route into the room.
Okay.
Then run back up.
So Dabble's already waiting by the exit.
This thing is definitely running down, going through that door, and coming the fuck out after us the second we leave.
So Dabble
Right, hold
points
on.
up
In
and
that
goes,
case,
right,
as
okay,
soon
what
as
you
we've
want to
done-
do? Unlock
Okay, I have a
open
plan.
that door and immediately shut and lock this one. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm going to
Unlock
cast a
this
spell
one.
on it.
Move up here. Open this one with Mage Hand, and shut and lock this door. Okay.
Is that
Yeah.
Dabble talking?
That's
Did you
Dabble
try the other
talking.
key?
Sounds like Dave.
Yeah, you
Oh.
have another key.
Oh yeah, let's try the big key first before we put Davil at risk. Good thinking.
So
You
you're
could
gonna.
even
What are you trying the
Does it
big
even
key on?
turn? Does it even
So-
turn?
Trying the big key on the golem room.
With
Okay.
mage hand.
Okay. It doesn't really matter. It unlocks. You hear it click and the door unlocks.
Okay.
Run.
Okay, so now with mage hands, I open that door.
The second he opens that door, I pull him through the door and slam the door
Right,
shut.
so I'm assuming you stood like this.
Yeah.
You Mage Hand the door open, and as it starts to open, Camney, you're shutting this door and
Pulling it
locking
shut.
it.
Locking
Yeah.
it,
And then I'm going to
yelling,
cast
run.
Entangle on it,
On what?
on the door.
Target, a point within range. Grip around a 20-foot square starting with a point within range. For the duration of these plants turn around. Okay, so you're going to have to wait until Pandak and Camney clear. 'Cause
Yes.
It's going to basically fill
Yeah,
that room.
yeah, that's fine.
The range
But
is only
once
90
once
feet.
they do, I'm going to fill that room with unpassable weeds.
Okay, so we've unlocked and opened the
5,
door.
10,
We've shut the
15,
other door.
20.
Let's go.
So it's going to sort of cover that area.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Sprint out the fucking room.
Cast the spell and leg
Okay,
it.
yeah, you do hear some banging, but I mean you're well out of the way now.
Okay, so we leg it the fuck out the door.
Okay. You're out.
This was a good plan
Well,
Are you leaving Salzwell?
so far.
Yes.
Yeah,
yeah.
Bloody
What we're
hell,
here
it's
for.
cold out here.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Where are all the trees?
So Dad was like, you're really not from around here, are you?
No, and this doesn't look familiar at all. The land is sick.
Can we quickly lock
Okay.
this door as well? Make sure that no one can get out.
can we? Oh,
Yeah, you can pull the door shut, and you find that the key that Feral Sal gave you does lock the door.
do we have any way of making the doorway collapse?
Pandak would recognise that the only reason this is still here after all this time is because of the amazing amount of magic that was put into keeping it intact.
Fair.
Probably because of all the very, very dangerous stuff that's inside it. So you think that you won't have the power or the ability to affect the structure at all.
Okay.
I mean, you could pile stuff up.
Yeah.
Snowdrifts could cover it, but the actual structure you don't.
Not my move. Yeah.
No. One thing you do notice once you've come out is that Salzwald itself was emerging out of the glacier, so there is like glacial ice sort of piled up around it, and over what would be the roofs of the chambers, and you do see a very prominent hole further up the glacier, which you
Oh yeah, we forgot
think
about
was
the bloody
from
hole.
the incident that happened in the orrery room.
Crap, things can get out.
That's someone else's problem. Let's go.
Yeah, fair point, well
Okay.
made.
Okay.
We don't even live here. It's fine. Yeah, I guess we
So you off?
make our way back. Yeah. At
Okay.
speed.
Transfer back to here then. Oh yes, people were drawing, weren't they? So you are currently in the area of the pink box.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get rid of that.
Okay, I try and get any information from the rest of the group that I can as to exactly where we are, because I'm still slightly confused, and I'm wondering whether or not leaving abruptly means that I may not be able to get back to my own time frame.
You haven't really talked about the whole time thing yet. You just seem to have followed
Yes,
along with these
but
people.
it's obviously now coming along that I'm starting to recognize that I'm not where I thought I was. There's something not right with the land here, and I don't seem to be. It's dawning on me that they probably are right, and I'm not crazy. And normally people would accuse me of that. So I'm trying to get any information from you guys as to what goes on in this place, because it may be my only clue home.
Haven't a clue. We're just
No
going
idea,
to
mate.
We just, we're literally just here.
Worst
These
fucking
things are
people
running off.
to ask.
So
Well, can you give me? Okay.
Davil says that we were just here to get this stuff, and he points to Phil and Cammy, this cure. We came here to we were paid to come here to get this stuff
What,
to help
this
some
cure?
people.
What is cure for? What?
Oh, but
Blue shit.
the blue shit that
Frigid
the
worm.
crazy guy was
The
making,
stuff
The
that
blue
guy was
shit.
making.
it freezes people over a course of 2 weeks.
Okay. Through their confused explanations, I get the idea that this is obviously not good. And crazy dude with potions down below obviously cements the fact that you guys are probably on the right sort of route, but I still feel we probably should do something to prevent this guy moving forward. I'm not keen on just leaving loose threads.
Do you have a way to melt ice? Like
I've been looking at that one.
Burning hands.
Got burning hands, yeah.
What we need is to close that hole essentially to make sure
Mm.
no one can get out through it. But
And I'm afraid I don't have anything that would last. Oh,
No, I've only got magnify gravity that I don't think would affect that kind of stuff. That's only for people.
okay. That handout you've just given us.
Yeah, that's what the
Okay.
that's what the thing
So
looked like.
this is the thing that I saw before I disappeared as well. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So I explained that the thing that you saw in the room when I appeared was obviously there in a room when I disappeared. So it obviously is key to the fact that I did disappear. And obviously it seems to have some form of ability to move me through time, which still sounds a bit weird and crazy.
I mean, we really need to deliver this this antidote, but we only need to deliver it back to the camp. So
I'm on board with this, but I obviously my key is to find out what the fuck's going on. So, but I'm willing to tag along with you guys for now. That seems quite reasonable, and you seem to be keeping balance with nature, trying to stop it from being wiped out by a plague. That seems reasonable balance.
Okay. So you're going to tag along with these guys as
Yeah.
far as Syrinlia and sort of figure out what
Yep.
to do from there.
Yep.
Okay. So you start traveling away from Salzwell. You've got a much better idea of going back to Syrinlia now that you've found this place and now you've recognised the local landmarks, so you're not quite as lost. It is sort of like early morning when you leave Salzwald because you had quite a long rest and you managed to get your business done fairly quickly. You don't actually think you were out for that long when the incident happened. So you managed to travel a mile or so out from Salzwald when Dabble notices off in the distance what looks like a figure on the floor, not upright but on the floor,
Like
lying
ahead of us, as if we were towards
ahead of you.
Cerulean.
No, so it's not. No, Cerulean is. Sorry, yes, between you and Cerulean, yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So
not. No, yeah.
not towards the vault.
Not towards Salzwald, no.
Let's go the fuck around it. Like a wide berth.
I
Like,
pick up on you guys'
Are you sure? We
What was it?
shouldn't-
Sorry? A fear?
A figure, just a figure. Just
Uh,
slumped
rags?
in the snow. Not that you can see it. The figure looks fairly well appointed, fairly well dressed.
Yeah, let's go and
Let's go
help
see
the
this
figure
guy.
out. We're good people, mostly.
It's definitely not what you expect to see in like the frozen wildlands, but you've had a dwarf appear on you, so. So you approach the figure. It looks to be a female elf, and she's face down in the snow. And it looks like almost as if she fell quite hard into the snow. She's made sort of a divot where she's lying.
Like a snow angel.
Well, fair enough.
Yeah, like a bit like a snow angel, but she's face down in the snow.
As a fellow elf and somebody who's looking for friends in strange places, I go and attend to her, roll her over, see whether she's still alive.
Okay.
Is she fit?
Give her a slap.
She.
wake up.
1 second. She's definitely alive.
Fair enough. Is she
But she's
wounded or
unconscious.
hurt?
She doesn't appear. She's not bleeding from anywhere, but she's unconscious.
Okay, in that case, I am going to cast Goodberry
Mm-hmm.
and pop a couple in her mouth.
Consent.
Oh.
You drop a pair of berries in the mouth, okay, and nom with your hand, and she slowly starts to come around. And
Fair enough. I offer
she's-
her the rest of the berries so she can have up to 10.
And she sort of wakes up and you're sort of over her at the moment with this handful of berries, and she looks and sniffs. What
The smell of
blood-
nature, my dear lady. The smell of nature.
And she jerks back and sort of scoots up away from you. What the bloody hell? And looks around. Where the bloody... Who are you? Right. Oh, jeez. What happened? Where am I?
I stand tall and proud and say, I, dear lady, am Sindan Redleaf. And then a small thing of leaves comes wafting past my feet. And
Cool.
Such a hippie.
The guy who doesn't know where he is gonna tell the girl who doesn't know where she is.
hey, she's an
Where
elf.
Okay, she looks... So, Druid. This isn't... Where are we?
Dear lady, I am as confused as you. I come from this place. I've got to look up again so I can pronounce it. Yeah, Molismere.
You're from
Great.
Melasmere.
I'm from Molismere, but I
All
come
of
from
you.
the year 585, whereas we appear to be in. Where are we now? What year are we in here, folks?
8:30.
8:35.
835. This is we do. You may. What is your current recollection of your year?
Okay, so right. So neither of those, let's say. Bollocks. Where are we?
Well, I mean, before we answer that question, what year do you think it is?
What you told me, it's 8:35. So
Yeah,
we
but
know
what-
that. We've established it's 8:35.
Dear lady,
So we know-
I did ask
it's
you what year
8:35,
you.
and
What
you're
was your
from Melasmere. Are any else of you from Melasmere?
No. What year do you think it is?
That it's not important. Okay,
I'd
that's
like to
really
try and-
not important.
I'd really like to try and persuade her.
Okay, roll a persuasion check now. Right. That's where I.
Dude, you have
Look,
no
listen,
touch.
it's the magic. It's really not important. Okay. It's really not that
I-
important.
Hang on, while I get my far more charismatic friend and I wave the bard over.
Are you sure?
to soothe her
Come on, role play it a bit, John.
to soothe her, I'm going to read from her from the old book of elves.
Well, I'm trying to talk, but like my connection's crap, so it keeps whiffing in and out. And yeah,
You're coming over on this side.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
everyone sounds like fucking Davros over here. It's weird.
Yeah. Well, your
No,
echo's
you
working, so.
Yeah, you sound perfect on our side.
Sound fine.
Okay. Right. So yeah, go on. Tell us what year are you from? You know, pretty little
You
like
know
you
what,
in a cold world like this.
Okay, let's. You've got to help me, okay? The only way this works is if you help me, okay?
Mm-mm.
Help
Where-
in what way, dear
That's
lady?
not how this
Where
works.
are we? First of all, where are we?
No. We asked you a question first. It's only fair.
I explained to her that they've told me where we are because I don't remember it.
So, are you going to tell her?
Yeah, I gotta tell her that we're in
Isle
wherever
Cross?
it is.
Isle
Isle
Cross.
Cross.
Right, Isle
Yeah.
Cross. 8:35, Isle Cross. So, I'm assuming Aor, yes? We're in the ruins of. We're near the ruins of Aor, yes?
I mean, you tell us.
Yes, that's where we are, isn't it? That's starting to make sense.
I,
Fine.
I questioned her. You seem to know far more than we do, and we obviously seek as much information as is humanly possible. These fine gentlemen are on a quest of great purpose, and any information you may have as to what the hell is going on is going to help us. And your uncooperation is hindering what could be something that could help the balance of nature.
Listen,
This is an
I'm just
important
trying
task.
to get a handle on what's going on. Okay, this wasn't supposed to happen. Okay, as
You
far
don't
as
have
years
to-
go,
you don't have to work
if
for
you
the-
want to know a
the-
number, 1043. I'm from 1043. Okay, that's
Okay,
where I'm
I
from.
stand back and I take that in for a minute.
Okay, so we're in 835. Yes, we've established this. 835, ruins of Aor. That's where we are.
Dear lady, you're telling us you're from the future. You could actually tell us,
You know clearly more than we do.
yes, you
Yes,
have us at a
which is
disadvantage.
why I need to be very, very careful about what I say. Okay?
You should probably be more careful about coming to the past, to be fair.
I mutter, but
Believe
I
me.
muttering and muttering, but I accept this can't be allowed to happen. We can't know what we shouldn't know. We can't change what already needs to be.
Yeah, believe me, I know I shouldn't be here. I didn't come here on purpose. The magic went screwy. Something happened. Okay? Something happened. There was a big bang, and now
So-
I'm here.
The way you're talking about this suggests you are, at least in part, responsible.
Who knows? Okay? Maybe. Maybe.
Clearly,
Maybe I did do something, okay?
Can
I'll
I
be honest,
can I
I was
can I
missing.
can I make a perception check? Do I feel that she is telling the truth?
She does. You did get the impression that she's telling you the truth. Yes. You also get the
She's
impression
obviously-
that she's
yeah.
being guarded about what she is
Yeah.
saying. She's
Picked up on that completely, but everything that she is saying, he's carefully constructed. She's not actively lying to us that I can perceive.
no. You definitely get the impression she's trying to be careful about what she's saying, specifically after she's found out when she is.
Okay.
Okay. So you were Sindan. You said you were Sindan.
Yes, Sindan Redleaf.
My name's Yadasa.
Very nice to meet you, lady.
Yadasa Savon.
Might I ask what class of magic you appear to be the garb of a magic user? What class of magic do you follow? Might you be another druid? A druid of the earth, perhaps?
I am not. I'm like your friend and points to Pandak. I study chronoturgy, which should be obvious considering
Like-
where we're standing.
When you
Elemental
ask-
magic. Oh, all of you are the same, constantly unbalancing the forces of nature. Ugh.
Yes,
When
yes,
you
well-
ask if she's a druid, I kind of laugh and I'm like, no, she's clearly had a wash. Like what?
Hey, I'll have you
Not
know
big
that
evidence.
I am home to over 800 different organisms.
Probably new ones.
Yeah,
Like
she gives a sniff. Yes, yes.
I am supporting wildlife wherever I go.
So, as a fellow chronology person, has your magic got away from you, which dispelled you back into our times?
The only thing I can think is that it was. So you mentioned Melasmia, okay? So that's why I came across a device which seemed to be connected to the disaster that befell Salavir Wood and brought Melasmia to its knees. It destroyed the city.
Sorry,
cursed the
sorry. What?
woods.
Okay, I'm overhearing this now. What the hell? Sorry, destruction of Melasmere.
Oh,
you're really
when
bad
did
at
you
this.
say again you were from?
585.
585. So, yeah. Bad's got some bad news.
Is this your first time traveling or something?
Yes. And I'm trying not to make a habit of it. Yes.
I'm gonna take this in. I'm gonna have a couple of mushrooms and basically self meditate on what I've just learned. This is soul crushing.
So, yes, Melasmir, the Elven City, cursed by. Well, we don't know what it was cursed by, but it's crawling with fey creatures. It's got a deep connection to the Feywild now. And I wanted to fix it, okay? I wanted to try and fix it. People have been trying for hundreds of years to probe deep enough into the city to figure out what happened and stop it, and no one's managed to. I figured if I could use this device to peer into the Feywild, I could get a clue as to what caused the problem, what caused the issue. I could figure it out and use that knowledge to go in and fix it. Now,
You blew it up! You blew it up! Damn you all to hell!
now the device I got hold of was some kind of planar orrery device, okay? But
Like a table with spinny things.
yes, like a table with spinny things, okay?
This is what
But
we have to
it
put up with.
only it would allow me to look into the planes, but it only allowed me to look into the planes now, and we've been doing that for centuries, and it hasn't told us what caused the curse. So I use a little bit of chronoturgy to create a how to describe it, a mote of dunamis, a mote of time, essentially, of chronoturgy magic, and adapted the device to accept it and maybe look into the past to see what happened at the point at which Melasmir fell and Salavir Wood was cursed. And that's the last I remember. I got my dunamis, I put it on the device, there was a giant flash of light, and now I'm here with you.
Wait a minute, this sounds familiar.
I think this might not be fully your fault. For we have also come across a table of spinny things, and I touched my staff, my erect staff, to the purple ball.
Okay.
Doing at the same time across time may have caused.
Were you using
You
chronoturgy?
giant purple staff caused all this.
Did you have any dunamis or chronoturgy in your staff?
I had a Doomatist.
Dunamis.
Dunamist.
So you recognise the description of the object that was in the end of your staff, your knob.
Yep. The knob of my staff went straight into the purple one.
Oh man,
You
I told
stuck
you
the
I'm
knob in a
knob on
giant
things.
purple sphere and
So-
caused the fracture of time.
So
What can I say?
Fucking dwarfs, man.
yes, so she recognises the description you give of your knob as being the same solidified dunamis, the same essence of magic that she herself was using on the device. And okay, that would make a lot more sense. That would kind of explain why we're here. And Sindan, you also recognise the description of this item between the two magic users as this essentially the thing you found in the woods that you were bringing into Mulasmir to get looked at because it was unnatural, and you think they're the people that deal with that, and that's why you brought it into Mulasmir.
I'm sort of the personal opinion that I'm blaming both of these magic users for my plight, as I really was just a random bystander in all of this, and I've been dragged out of my own time, and only just discovered that my homeland is basically in ruins. My forest is cursed, and I'm not a happy druid. So you magic users could both go to hell, as far as I'm concerned. Not very happy with you.
Do you voice that?
Yep.
I mean, the logic would
Grumpy druid. Grumpy druid.
the logic would dictate that there was some element of chronoturgy in your time as well, given that there was an element of chronoturgy at the other 2 points.
It may be, but I don't believe that I have anything to do with it. I found a strange object within the woods. I brought it to the heads of the council to take a look at, and I seem to be here now. You have dragged me here.
Right. So she pulls a book out and opens it up and starts flicking through, reading away and muttering to herself. And she's right. I need to figure this out. We need to. So okay. Your device. Is it? Where is it?
It's in millions of bits because Dwarf Boy fucked it.
We don't know.
It disappeared. After using it, it disappeared. We do not know where.
It's not here. Right. No, it's down. Right. Your knob. Where is it?
Which one? 'Cause I've
Get your
got one
knob out.
in me. The other one's vanished.
Right. Writes it down. That's missing. That's missing. So, puts the book away, pulls out what looks like a compass, a very ornate compass with some runic inscriptions on it. Flips
Do I
it open.
recognize this?
No.
Nope. Fair enough.
Pandak, do you want to roll a Arcana check?
I think I know what it is, so yes.
The knob finder.
So you notice a couple of the runes on there that they're familiar, and you've seen them in your studies of chronoturgy, but you don't know what it does by looking at them. And she starts passing her hand over it. Some of the runes change, and then the pointer on it moves and shifts in a direction. And she turns around, follows it, looks at the runes that are coming up and glowing around the device, and she's like, "Okay, fine, okay. We might be able to fix it. We might be able to fix this, okay? We need to find your knob, little wizard. Do you think you'll be up for
you're
that?"
saying that we should all go on a quest for my knob?
Fucking dwarves.
Yes.
I
yes.
The quest
fine.
for the dwarf's knob.
I mean,
I'm sure I've seen that film on Pornhub.
with the exception of the 2 new elves, we're all in the right time. So, like, why do we have to go searching for shit? Because you fucked it up.
Because you're good people. You wouldn't leave a stranded elf in the middle of.
I absolutely would.
All right, I'm of the opinion I reluctantly feel that I have to help her, if only because it means I might get back to my own time frame.
But we need to get this frigid woe vaccine.
I mean, I could stand here and watch you freeze and still not be as bad a person as our dwarf. So
It's true.
Okay.
carte blanche.
Fine. Commerce. Yes. I will give you some things in exchange for your services to at least get me out of this place, so I can then find my own way home. But I need to leave here. I need to get back to the mainland. 8:35. 8. Right, Uthadern. Yes, Uthadern is still Uthadurning. It's get me to Uthadern, and then we'll figure it out from there. You all know
Okay.
Uthadern is the large dwarven elven city, which is basically the capital of the Grain Wildlands. It's where Palebank Village is an outpost of.
I mean,
Right,
we could
yeah.
get you to Serinlia, and you could get a boat yourself.
Fine.
Boat.
Okay, if that works.
Boat.
But I'm assuming you're going to want to come with me, Mr. Sindan. You want this fixed too, yes?
Yes, but I have a problem with boats. I don't like boats. I don't like the sea. I like the forest. I like the trees. The grass is
Well,
nice.
we'll cross that ocean when we come to it, yes? But can we at least get a move on towards somewhere where I'm not going to die?
Yes.
Yeah, let's make the Serinlia.
Can you
Okay.
make your own way, or do you need assistance or carrying?
No, I would rather stick with you, please. I mean, look at me. I'm not exactly set up to adventure by myself.
Okay. For the
I'm a
purposes
researcher.
of expedition, I shall modify myself into a pack horse and carry her so that she doesn't have to walk.
The fuck?
I can
Yeah.
change form into an animal, so I shall basically form of a horse.
Right, so Seabiscuit.
What
Yep.
else could you do?
But I am a fairly unkempt horse, more donkey than horse.
Bo
What else
Tom
can you do?
Horseman.
Yeah.
Perform. What else could you do?
Let's go.
Druids. You can always count on druids.
Yay!
Right. Okay. So just so we're on the same page, do you want some? I don't have gold. I've got some magic items you can have. Would you like those? Some commerce, with contract. You look after me. I give you the things.
Hey.
Yes. We can work that out when we get back to Serinlia.
Right. Okay. Then let's go. So, are you happy to take her on board?
Clop, clip, clip,
Okay.
clop,
Yeah,
clip, clop, clip, clop,
that's fine.
clip, clop, clip,
So,
clop, clip, clop, clip, clop.
using the good berries provided by your new horse friend, you find it much easier getting back to Serinlia, because good berries count as one ration each, and he can conjure them up once a day. Is it once a day?
Yep. Yeah. I can. In fact, it's
Well,
a
it's your
spell,
spell
so up
slot,
to
so
4
it's
times a
meant
day.
to
Yeah.
be,
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you don't have any problems with rations or anything like that. And your Darcel uses her device to sort of help keep pointing you in the right direction, so you find it much easier to navigate your way back. So you do make it back to Serinlia unmolested. And
Damn
let me
it.
switch you over to there. And let me change the music, because you're no longer... There we go. Right, you make it back to Serinlia.
So just
I point out after that we've gotten back there to the good lady that whilst I am making every effort to help her, my primary focus is not necessarily in the succession of whatever goal it is that she has to bend time, but to put it right and revive the
listen,
balance.
I don't want to be here. You don't want to be here. All I want to do is get back where I came from. Okay. I did this with the best intentions. Okay. I wanted to fix your home. Okay. That's why I did this.
Okay, I'm beginning to understand, but still not overly ungrumped.
Right.
So just before we make it back to Serinlia, like as we're kind of nearing there, I kind of get everybody's attention. So when we were asked back at the first place,
Palebank Village.
that's the one,
Yeah.
to get the antidote.
Yeah.
Were we asked for any specific amount of the antidote?
No. I mean, you know that there were at least 4 people infected. 4 in Palebank. There was Hulti, the dwarf in Croaker Cave. You said you'd bring her some back. And Chuli was also infected, but she was quite far gone. So
I'm just thinking.
You have been out a while with all the rest you've had to take. So it's
I'm just
probably,
thinking
it's
that
probably
you've
been at least like 2 weeks.
Oh shit! Wait, they're all fucking dead.
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks since you left Cyrenlia.
Just call it Popsicle Village.
Yeah, what I'm thinking is like obviously we want to give some for like people who are affected, but we want to hang on to some in case we run into this shit again.
Well, we'll go about 20, aren't we?
You've got 20. Yeah.
20, yeah.
Well, let's keep 10.
Cool.
10 of them, and if we don't need it, we can make a tidy profit. Okay.
I also relate to the lady elf that about the nutter, who basically seems to be preparing some sort of what he described as something to kill off the gods, which seems to be tied in with what they're doing, and explain that there seems to be some sort of sickening malaise that they seem to have a cure for. I don't know if that has anything to do with what she's involved in.
No, the Aeorians created some terrible weapons during the calamity. This is just another one of them. It's a sad thing, but it's not unusual.
I could rant about the ethics of time travel, knowing what could be done and not doing anything, whether or not interfering. Yeah, but I'll be quiet.
You get the impression she's well aware of what might happen and what she could do with foreknowledge of what might happen, and she's not talking, and she's being very careful when she does engage with you not to talk about things that she knows are in your future.
Okay.
Okay, so you've made it back to Cyrenlia. You know that you were told that if you recovered any cure, if you were to go to the buyer will pay you the 200 gold, and has a way of magically sending anything you find back to Palebank Village or to Uthadern.
Can it send people back magically?
You don't know.
Because that might be a way for us to get this elf who doesn't like water.
I have something that will knock me out, but it means I will be completely incapacitated while we're on the boat. Effectively, comatose. And tripping balls.
So yeah, I mean, I guess we go talk to the buyer.
Yeah, let's have a chat with him.
Right. So you go to the buyer's hut, and you let yourselves out. It's the largest hut in Cyrenlia. It is that one. The pungent scent of incense fills this yurt, whose walls are painted with glowing arcane runes. A brass brazier burns brightly at the centre of the floor, around which are set a few plush chairs, a bed, and a large stone chest. On one of these chests sits an elf reading a book. A small dragon with green butterfly wings is curled in the elf's lap. So you enter the yurt. Yes, hello, can I help you? The elf says.
Yeah, we've got some antidote for Palebank. We got told to come see you.
Ah, the cure for frigid woe. I was wondering if you were even coming. I expected you to come and see me before you set out, but never mind. You say you found a cure? Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, may I have it?
Yes, but it's 200 gold per person.
I was given dispensation to pay you 200 gold to the party. We are not a rich expedition.
Yeah.
Elro gave me dispensation to pay you 200 gold to your group, and that was the agreed upon.
No, he told us it was 200 per person.
Roll a deception check.
Are you any good at deception?
I am.
Oh dear. No, you really, really aren't.
So he looks at you and he says, he did not.
We do apologise to the dwarf. He's just a pain in the
He's,
ass.
he's the dwarf's making the clinking noise as he moves because he's so worn down with coin.
He is a dwarf.
So
Yeah.
the buyer reaches into a smaller chest down the side of his chair, and pulls out a small leather pouch and hands it to Camney. Here is your 200 gold, as promised. May I have whatever cure you've managed to recover, so I can check its veracity and have it sent forward to the people who require it.
I lean to the dwarf and I go, give him the cure.
Why don't you give him the cure?
I lean to the dwarf and I go, give him the fucking cure.
You pass over 10 vials of the cure to the buyer.
Okay, the buyer looks them over. And yes, this looks like how it was described. Thank you very much for your service. Hopefully, it arrives in time to treat the ones that are so severely afflicted. He goes to the chest, opens it up. You see the chest is completely empty. Puts the bars in, closes the chest. Is there anything else I can do for you?
How big is that chest?
He opens the chest up so you can see, and it's empty. It's like 2 foot by 1 foot and about 1 foot deep.
Okay, so 1 foot now.
Well,
Remember,
It
this
would if you
outfit is
curate him. It would if you curate him.
Wait, but you can switch. You can change into animals.
change into like a little bunny and
Change
it's
into
over.
something
You
tiny.
got to convince me to what end. I
the buyer is looking you over during this conversation, and
What's that? Are you going on a
This-
boat?
this is not meant for living creatures.
There's
There is a
What
reason.
happens?
There's
a
a
lot of
reason.
things we shouldn't have done, but you know.
There's a
No.
reason the grass blades have invested so much in their ship to bring people to and from Serendia.
Rabbit ain't getting in a box.
And he shuts the doors.
Fair enough. Where'd you get
I
the
mean,
dragon?
Can I actually communicate with the dragon?
Do you say something to it?
I tell him he's a beautiful dragon.
Okay, the dragon sort of expels a puff of green, tiny little beacon green flame, and then scutters onto the shoulder of the buyer, and he starts stroking it as it sits on his shoulder.
Fair enough. Not a friendly one. All right. Leave it at that.
So yes, my familiar, isn't he pretty?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a clue. All right.
Can you get him to burn this dwarf's beard off?
I'm
I
afraid I
asked.
don't want to get him having the taste of dwarf in this encampment. That would not be helpful to my commerce.
Oh, you won't get a taste of it. It'll just, set something on fire. That being the dwarf's beard.
I think we've played with enough fire during this journey so far, guys.
Oh,
You
you have.
That was like, oh, he can learn.
I look to our lady elf and ask her what she believes our next move needs to be.
Well, I would very much like to go to Uthodurn. I believe either what I need will be there, or someone will be there I can speak to who can point me in the direction of what I need. I believe we need to locate this dunamis. I believe this is the key to fixing what happened.
Okay.
The
And
dunamis
this,
and the table. If we can find those, I'm sure I can fix this.
well, then that means a boat ride. So I guess I'm on board, but I'm not very happy about the boat ride, and I will not be much help while we're on the boat.
By the way, Bayer, can you detect any sort of magic things with specific values or the properties of these things? Because our dead priest friend has some stuff on him, I think.
As you have done such a good deed for Pale Bank, I would be happy to look over anything you may have found and offer you prices on it, or at least tell you what I believe it is. What I
Can we?
will say, as the GM, is that on the trip back you managed to attune with the eye that you found in the chest with the cure. You know it is something called an ersatz eye, and what it does, it can be put into an empty eye socket, and it then becomes a regular eye. So if someone loses an eye, you just shove that bad boy right in there. Good, isn't it?
Keep hold of that.
Yeah, that's fucking tight.
So,
Question on that: if you then pull it out, does it continue to be an eye? Can you like do a?
it does not. No, it's
No, okay.
only while in situ.
No, fair enough.
So
Be
So
cool
if
to
we
roll it under a door.
I believe
So if-
Pandak has that. So I don't know if you put it in your
Camney does
Oh,
actually.
he gave
is
it
it
to me.
Cammy? Okay. Yeah, well, you let Pandak attune with it to figure out what it is. So you figure out between you who actually has it.
Okay.
I would
You-
give you 100 gold for this should you wish to
Nah.
for this.
Nah, we'll
I've got
keep hold of
some,
that.
I've got some other stuff. A jade statue.
He looks it over. Oh, a very fine piece. Not magical, I'm afraid. Very fine though.
Sell it.
I am
Yay.
afraid I deal
Yeah.
with magical items. I
Yeah.
wouldn't have a market to sell this.
What about the ring set with Jasper?
He looks it over. Yes, so again another fine example of jewelry, but not magical.
See if
I
they'll buy it.
The scroll case.
Looks over the scroll case. No, I'm not magical, I'm afraid. It will keep your spell scrolls dust free.
Real clean.
Yeah, real clean, but not magical in itself. He looks over Yadarsal and says, "Would you like anything checked out, my dear?" And she's like, "No, I'm fine. I know what my stuff does." Yes, I'm sure you do. Anyone else have anything you'd like me to look at?
Bear with me. I don't know. I think I'm good.
Don't think so.
Then I wish you well on your next adventure. Should you decide to go venturing into Isle Cross in the future, please come and see me, and I will happily pay you for any items that you recover.
Cool. Cheers,
Is
for
there
that,
anything else that you're looking for?
I am looking for anything and everything. If it is magical, if it is Aeorian, I will have a buyer for it.
Okay.
And I'm certainly more friendly to your kind, points to the dwarves and the elves, than anyone you would find in Balin Post.
Cool.
Okay. Cool.
Balin Post, the Dwendalian encampment on the southwest of the island.
Ah, yes.
If you were of the human persuasion, I'm sure they would greet you with open arms.
Should we? I guess the next step was to then get a boat back to Powerbank Village. But should we?
You
Wait.
notice the Remoraz is in port, so you assume that it has made at least one trip back to Palebank and then returned. You don't know how long it's been in port. You don't know whether or not it's due to leave, or you might have to wait a couple of days before it leaves. It's in port. Well, it's
Shall we go find out the score?
off the coast.
Yeah, let's have a look. See what's going on.
So as you exit the Yadarsal does sort of pull you to the side before you go any further, and she says, I get the impression that you don't like doing things out of the goodness of your heart. So just so we have some kind of arrangement, I did promise to give you some things in exchange for helping me. I am eager to stick to my side of the bargain, just so that we're clear that you will be helping me at least as far as Uthadurn, yes?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I have some items if you wish to have them.
Okay, if you think they'll help.
Okay, so she pulls out of one pouch this thing, and hands it to Jeff.
Ooh.
I've been watching you around the campfires, and I believe this will be uniquely suited to yourself.
Yes, it is.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
And she also pulls out this thing. This device is quite interesting. It took me a long time to figure out its actual purpose, yet she hands it to Pandak. I originally thought it didn't really do anything, but after some careful study, I figured out that it can actually produce an anti-magic field. Only once per day, but I'm sure that you could put it to some use, and I wish
Yeah.
I had had the fortitude to use it, or the time to use it, before my own encounter with Dunamis and Chronoturgy.
And I wish I had time to use it before a certain burning hands happened. Thank you very much.
Okay, excellent. Then we have a contract to Uthadern via Paleback.
I hate to sound like the Wizard of Oz, but our friend Camney didn't get anything. Doesn't he get a heart or some courage?
Your friend has a surfeit of courage. I doubt there's anything I have to offer him that would improve upon that.
Okay.
I quietly take the elf aside and I say to her, I shake my coin bag and I go, I have plenty. I don't need trinkets. But what I do value is honesty. My issue, my concern is not with helping you. I believe in helping those in need. But I'm an honest person, and I like my party to be equally honest.
I accept that. I also value honesty. But you must understand that I have to be very careful what I say. Even a stray word could ruin everything that has come to pass. That my history is your future, and if I say something to you that puts you on a direction that you weren't supposed to go, and the damage could be irrevocable. So
Sure.
I will be honest as much as I can, but you must realize that I will not be able to give you details. I can't do that. I would risk losing everything.
That's fine. But just to be 100% clear, if you withhold information when it would save one of our party's lives, I'll yep.
Okay, I understand.
I'm watching you.
Sorry, GM, what the thing that I got given,
Yes.
what's that called? Just so I can put it in my inventory.
Well, I originally wrote it so you would have to attune to it, so I haven't actually given it a name. It's just a small crystal and metal artifact. You could call it what you like. Can you see the handout I gave you?
No, I didn't see a handout for that
No.
thing.
Oh, did
Only-
I not hand it? I was wondering
No.
why. Show to all players. Can you see it now?
No.
Really?
See, Satsai, drunk.
An amulet of the drunkard, but
Small
no.
crystal and metal artifact. You can't see that.
Nope.
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 It's odd. Oh, hang on. In players' journal. You should be able to. All right, I'll stick it in everyone's journal. I don't know why it didn't show it to you because it showed you the rest of them. Did it show you the amulet that
Yeah.
I gave to Jeff?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that came up with a picture and everything.
Then I don't see why. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Yes. Oh, yeah. There. It's okay. Yeah. Now it's suddenly come in. All right.
No,
Oh, there we go. Oh, sweet. Okay.
That's very good.
Hmm.
Very good. Very, very good.
I had a silly moment and had to do it.
Yeah.
If anyone's any good at Latin as well, it does have some. It does have some Latin. Its activation phrases in Latin.
Very good.
No.
Cool.
So yes, once per day, it recharges at midnight. So you can use it once per day, and it casts anti-magic field, and it centers on the object. Okay, so do you want to call it there, or do you want to try and get onto the Remoras, or what do you want to do?
I think call it
Sure.
there,
Yeah, call it there for today.
just in case our other party member wants to do anything else here.
Yeah, it might be wise. Just he might have wanted to do something on Isle Cross, and
Yeah.
I don't want to get him off the island and go, well, here you are, Dave. I'm glad we did that.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything you want to do in Serenlia while we're here now?
Play the bagpipes.
Okay.
I take it personally, by the way.
You still don't know where the backing tracks are.
I think EDM bagpipes might be the most offensive thing you've played so far.
Really? Not NPC names. Okay. I was wondering if that wanted to land or not.
Cool.
Okay.
Alright, cool.
Right. So we will call it there and carry on next week.
Cool.
Off to Uthodurn.
Can Jeff savior of the fucking universe though?
Yeah, honestly, I thought I got the turn tracker out and everything. I thought, right, here we go. Feral Sal versus new party. Let's go, bunny hands. And you're like, you alright, fella? How you doing? He's like, hello, fellow. I am fine. It's like, alright.
How, out of interest, how screwed were we going to be if we opened the other door or had a fight there?
Oh, the golem.
Well, you're not going back. The golem was actually not that hard. There was not a lot of him left, so it wouldn't have been too bad a fight. Feral Sal would have been a challenging fight.
Okay.
My plan was to have him entangled for a round, but I don't know what his strength was, whether or not he'd have made the saving throw. But yeah, if we could have pinned him down, we could have at least got a couple of good hits at him.
Yeah.
We locked him in prison. He's not going to get out.
No,
He's definitely getting out. He's
after all the
definitely
other fights you've had in Salzburg, I thought that the zombies are going to chew you up, and then you'll stumble into every other enemy in there, and you'll get chewed up, and then you'll go and charge straight in and start on Feral Sal, and he'll kill the first person he sees, and I'll have to write another character and find another time travel doodad to bring them in, and but now you're like,
smooth talking,
"Alright, chap,
motherfucker.
got the cure." Yeah, it's like, yes, their last album was rubbish, but they were indeed.
Excellent. I really enjoyed that. Well done.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much.
Good.